everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with the kickoff for my 2018 Products I Want to Use Up series. I've done this for the past 3 years. I started in 2015, and basically what I do is I go through my makeup collection, skincare, and I pick out specific products I want to try to use up during the year. So for this year I have 50 items that I want to use up. 30 of them are makeup and 20 are skincare. So I'll get started and with the makeup and just go over all the items that I want to use up. So firstly, I have primers. So I have 3 of them that I want to try to use up. The first one is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. This one I've got towards the end of 2017, but I've been using it consistently. I don't have a ton of it left, but I would like to use this up. This is the first item. The next primer is also from Too Faced. It's the Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. Just a little deluxe size. I got this one in one of the Sephora Favorites kits that I got in November, so I would like to use up that. And then finally for primers, I have the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer, and it has an SPF 15. This one actually has on the container and expiration date of April 2019, so I definitely want to try to use it up this year. So those are the first 3 items, primers. I do have one foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Foundation. I don't have a ton of this left. I got this one I think towards the beginning of last year, so I would like to just use up the rest of this. I feel like it's pretty, when I hold the container, it feels pretty empty, but I've been using my BB creams a lot more recently, and then I recently got the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation, so I would like to use up this one, otherwise it's just going to kind of be neglected. So I do want to focus on that and use it up. I have 2 BB creams. So the first one is from Dr. Jart. It's the Radiance BB cream. Last year for my birthday, I got a set of 4 of these. I used up one of them, and this is the next one that I'm focusing on, so I do want to use up this one this year. And then the other BB cream is actually from the Silky Fit brand. I think it's a Korean skincare brand. Pretty sure. Doesn't really say on the packaging, but in my makeup inventory I thought this was a concealer because it says concealer BB, but I actually looked it up, and that full-size product, this is just like a deluxe size, but the full size of it has like one end has a concealer and then it's a BB cream, so this product is just the BB cream. And it has an expiration date of Christmas Day 2018, so I would like to use this up by the end of the year before it expires. This one has an SPF 34, so I think a lot of the products with an SPF have a specific expiration date. I don't necessarily think the makeup goes bad at that point, it's just more the SPF, but I would like to use these up before the SPF expires, so I do want to use that up this year. Next I have a concealer. It's the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is something I got just this past November with the Sephora sale, but I feel like I use up about one of these a year, so I would like to use up this one. That's the only concealer. Next I have a few powders. The first one is a Physicians Formula powder. It's the Mineral Airbrushing Pressed Powder with an SPF 30. But I have it in Becca packaging. This was the Becca Blotting Powder Perfector Translucent. It's something I used up in 2017, but I kept the packaging of it, and I'm glad I did because the packaging of this Physicians Formula powder just wasn't that great. So where it closes in the front, that like pretty soon after I got it like broke, so I could never really properly close the product. And then the actual pan itself was attached here. There's a little hinge mechanism, and then you could flip up the pan, and there was a mirror on the back, and then the little applicator sat at the bottom. So it was kind of an interesting package, but it just wasn't functional, and it ended up breaking. So I took the pan and put it into this Becca compact and actually fit perfectly. I'm holding it like this because I still haven't glued the pan down. I just moved it over to this compact today, but if I can get kind of a good view, you can see I've hit a lot pan in this powder, and I tend to go through powders pretty quickly just because I have oily skin, so it's something that I kind of go through and use a lot and go through pretty quickly. But I do want to use up this powder, which is the Physicians Formula one, and then I have a loose powder. This was also in that Sephora Favorites primer set, but it's the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. So I also want to use up that. I have a few setting sprays. The first one is from Cover FX. It's the Illuminating Setting Spray. So last year I was using up the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. This one, I just used this up. So that was something for 2017 that I didn't quite finish, but I have finished that up now. So I have a few more setting sprays that I want to, or a few other setting sprays that I want to use in 2018, and they were also both from that Sephora Favorites set. So the Cover FX one, I've started to use this one now. It has a really nice mist, so I'm enjoying that so far. And then the second setting spray, it's actually a primer slash setting spray, but this is the Smashbox primer water, Photo Finish primer water. And I've tried out all these, like the primer stuff that I recently got, but this one I've tried out, and it's kind of nice because it kind of serves as a primer. You can kind of spray it on your face before you put on any foundation or BB cream, and then you can also use it as a setting spray. So I also want to use up that item. So the next few things are blushes. So I have a rollover item from last year. This is the Josie Maran Coconut Water Cheek Gelee in the color Poppy Paradise. Hopefully this is the year that I can use this up, but here's where I'm starting this year. I have pan on the bottom, and then the sides, if you can kind of see, the sides are kind of have pan on the sides of the product. So hopefully with consistent use of this, I'll be able to use it up this year. And then I also have a powder blush. So I think the last time I used up a powder blush was in 2015. So I haven't used one up in a few years, but I think it was in November of this year I had discovered that my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in Doll Face has gotten moldy. So it made me want to start really focusing on my other Tarte blush, which is an Exposed. So I've really been using this almost every day since that point, and I just this week hit pan on this. So there's a little bit of pan, which is super encouraging, and hopefully with consistent use, I'll be able to finish up this by the end of the year. That would be super exciting, just because blush is one of those things that I don't go through that quickly, and it takes a lot of like consistent use to use up. So hopefully I can use this up this year. So next I have a highlight. This is the Benefit Watts Up. I've had this for a few years. I actually had 3 of these at one point, 3 of the deluxe samples. I feel like there was one year when Benefit was like giving this out as a sample a ton. So I have quite a bit of product. I have used this. I do have another one that's like unused, but this one I've used, you know, it's kind of in my makeup bag quite a bit, but I don't always gravitate for it. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get some good use out of it this year. I don't know if I can actually use this up, but I think it works well as a highlight if I want something sort of glowy. And I also want to try using this as like an eyeshadow, like a cream eyeshadow. So hopefully I can get some good use out of this. This is just one of those things that I kind of need to use this year or just declutter. So I want to try to get as much use of this as possible because it is getting a little bit old. So that's the highlighter. Then I have some eye products. So I have my eyeshadow primer. So this one is the Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is another thing that I kind of use up one of these a year. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this one off by the end of the year. I don't think it should be a problem because even like last year and hopefully into this year, I've really been into wearing eyeshadow and wearing eyeshadow every day. So this is definitely something I use every time I wear eyeshadow, so it shouldn't be a problem for me to finish that up. I have a few cream eyeshadows. The first one is a rollover product from last year, and I just have a little bit of this left, but I would like to use this up. So this is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Yogurt. So you can see I just have a little bit of this left. So I wanted to roll over products from last year, even if I just had a little bit left. Just, you know, if it's some of the first things I use up this year, I'm fine with that, but I do want to use up that one. And then once I'm finished with that one, then I want to try to use up this pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Brow Duality pencil. So one side of it is like a cream, like a matte cream sort of brow highlight, and the other side is like a shimmer. So you're supposed to use both of these as like a brow highlight. I actually prefer the matte one for brow highlight, and then the shimmer one not as much. Sometimes I will use this on my like lower lash line or inner corner. I also want to try using this like all over the lid for like a cream eyeshadow, but I feel like especially since this dual ended, there's like a little bit of product for both of the colors, so hopefully I can use this up this year. Then I have some powder eyeshadows. The first thing's from the Balm. Now technically this is a highlighter, but I use it as an eyeshadow. It's the Mercier Luminizer. And just because of the pan size, it's like an eyeshadow pan size, and it's really hard to get like a highlighting brush in there, so I just use this as an eyeshadow. But you can see I have a lot of pan on this, but it's just one of those products that kind of sits in my drawer. I don't really get a ton of use out of it, and I feel like I could definitely use this up this year. And then I have a few eyeshadows from my Naked 2 palette. So last year I was trying, not necessarily pan, but I wanted to get a lot of use out of my Naked palette. I had that whole Naked palette as one item in the products I wanted to use up for the year, but I kind of decided that versus having a whole palette, I'd rather just focus on certain shades. I think I can be more successful that way. So with my Naked 2 palette, there's 3 shades that I want to use up, and they're all the ones that I've hit pan on. So I want to try to use up Foxy and Suspect, and then YDK. And YDK, I have a little bit of pan at the very top of the pan. So those 3 eyeshadows will all count as 3 separate items versus just having the Naked 2 palette as an item. So those are the eyeshadows I want to try to use up. Next I have eyeliner, and I have 2 of them. So one is just a rollover product from last year. It's my Mally Milk Chocolate eyeliner. I just have a little bit of this left. Hopefully I can use this up fairly soon, but I do want to finish this one up. And then I have my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Desperation. It's sort of like a matte gray shade. For like everyday use for eyeliner, I prefer something that is not a black, so I like a gray or a brown. So once I use up the Mally liner, I want to focus on this one as kind of my everyday eyeliner. And I tend to use up eyeliner pretty slowly, so I don't know if it's going to be possible for me to use it up this year, but I just want to make as much progress on this as possible. So we'll see how much I'm able to use this up. Next I have a brow gel. This is from Makeup Forever, and this is kind of interesting packaging. It's like the squeezy packaging. I feel like I don't have a ton of this left, but I'm not quite sure how much longer this will last me, but I do want to focus on this and use it up. And then finally I have lip products. So I have 6 lip products that I want to try to use up. The first 3 are lip glosses. So here are the lip glosses, and I like that they're of like a variety of shades. So the first one is from Benefits, the Sugar Bomb, like the Ultra Plush lip gloss. This has been living in my purse, and I feel like I've used about half of it up. So I really want to try to use this up this year. Then I have one from Buxom. This is the Full On Lip Cream, and this is in Berry Blast, and it's a very vibrant, like pigmented lip gloss in a super like bright shade. So I want to try to use this one up. And then finally I have an Oil Infusion from the Sephora collection. It's in the shade Bubbly Grenadine, and it looks like it'd be very like vibrant. It's actually a lot more sheer than it looks in the tube, but it is a very pretty color. So I want to try to use up those 3 items. Then I have 2 lipsticks I want to try to use up, and they're both from Bite. They're little minis of the Amuse Bouche from Bite, and these I got in a set towards the end of 2016. Every year Bite does their little like tin, like holiday gift set stuff, little like tin, 4-set tin of lipsticks. So with these items, I know that Bite uses all of natural ingredients, and I really want to use these up and don't have them go bad. So as much as I really love them and I wish they could like last forever in my makeup collection, I have to be realistic and use things up while I still can. So I have 2 shades that I want to use up. The first one is Pepper. That's what that one looks like. It's actually like a really great like everyday color. And I used up this shade before. It was in the previous Bite formula, the like luminous cream formula. So I know it's a color I can wear on an everyday basis. And actually this year the Sephora birthday gift is one of the options is from Bite, and they have an Amuse Bouche little mini in the shade Chai. It's actually pretty similar to Pepper, so I feel like it's kind of good timing to use this one up since I'll be getting that one this year. And then the other shade I want to use up is more of a nude shade. It's what I'm wearing right now, but it's the Honeycomb shade. So I don't have a ton of this left either, but I would like to focus on that for this year. And then the final item in my makeup category is a Fresh Sugar lip treatment. This is a full size of it. I got this for my birthday. And then for Christmas this year, I got one of the like 6-pack sets. And also, similar to Bite, I know that they're fresh items, especially the lip treatments. They don't last forever. I have had a few of them kind of change in like scent because I've had a lot of these and tried to use up a lot of them, but I know that they don't stay good for that long in terms of like years. So I do want to try to get through this one, and you know, hopefully I can use up a few more of them this year that I just got for Christmas, but I specifically want to focus on this one. And this one shouldn't be hard to finish up. I really love these, and I currently have this one in my purse, so I'm constantly reapplying it throughout the day, but hopefully I can use up that as well. So that's all for the makeup. I'll now go into the skincare category. So for skincare, the first things I have are masks. And masks are one of those things that, since I don't use it like on a daily basis, I can tend to neglect, but I really want to be good about using my masks this year. So I made a point to put my mask into this project. So the first type of mask I have are all sheet masks. I think I currently have like 7 of them. And then I have a pack of these like eye patches. This one is from Jart. It's the under eye rescue patches. So all of these sort of single-use products I want to count as one item. They're just sort of the thing that can kind of sit around, like I don't make a point to use them, so I would like to use up all of these this year. And then the other mask I have, I'll just go through. So I have one from L'Oreal. It's the Pure Clay Mask. It's the green one, and I got this one in 2017. And I've made really good progress with it. I don't have a ton of the product left because this is a jar mask and you have to put your fingers in there, I would like to use up the rest of this fairly soon. So this is something I want to use up this year. I have 2 of the Boscia Luminizing Black masks. They're both deluxe sizes. But this is just like a peel-off mask. I've used up full sizes of this before, and I really like to do a peel-off mask on like a weekly basis, so shouldn't be any issue using these up, but I would like to use up those 2. I have a mask from Dr. Brandt. It's the Magnetite Age Defier. It's like a magnet mask. So I've tried this once before. You put it on your face and then you have to remove it with a magnet. It's a really kind of cool experience, but I would like to use that one up. And a lot of the masks that I have, I got in a little Sephora Favorites kit that I got at the end of 2017. So versus having them just kind of sit around, I would like to kind of use them, kind of discover which ones I like actually get some good use out of them. I have another deluxe size mask. It's the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment Mask. So I have had a full size of this before. I think it's a little bit overpriced, but I did like using it. So I'm excited to have another little deluxe size of that. Then there's the Ren Evercalm Ultra Comforting Rescue Mask. There's a little one from Tata Harper that I want to use up. This is the Resurfacing Mask. And then finally for my mask, I have one from Boscia, or another one from Boscia. This is the Charcoal Pore Pudding, and it's the one that has the black and white mask. I haven't tried this yet, but it's really interesting to me. So in total, I have the sheet mask, and then I have 8 of the little like deluxe size or like jar mask. So a lot of masks, but since most of them are deluxe sizes, I don't think it's much of a stretch to get through them all this year. So next for my skincare, I have my serums. And this is stuff that I use. I feel like most of the rest of my skincare I do use on a daily basis, but I like to have them in this sort of project because I do want to consistently use them and not have them go bad. Especially with skincare, I want to make sure that my stuff stays pretty fresh and isn't like sitting around for that long. So I do like to put stuff like skincare into this project. So for my serums of what I want to use up this year, I have 2. They're both from Drunk Elephant, and I got these both at the end of 2017. I got one of them in a gift set for Christmas, and then one that I purchased for myself. But I want to use up the C Firma Day Serums. This is my vitamin C serum that I use during the day, put on in the morning. And then I have my nighttime serum, which is the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. So I would like to use up both of these during the year. And then to accompany the serums, I have the Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. This is a deluxe size. It came with the set that had the C Firma Day Serum. So I would like to use this up this year. And then to go along with the TLC Glycolic Acid Serum, I have 2 little sizes of the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Face Oils. So I'll count these as 2 items, so 1 item each, but I would like to use up this oil with the night serum. Next I have a few moisturizers. So I have my sort of day cream moisturizer, which is the Believe the Truth Cream Aqua Bomb. And I have a good amount of this finished off, but I would like to finish this off this year. And a lot of things with skincare, I just like to finish off what I currently have before purchasing new items. So having these items in this project helps me to do that. So have that for my day cream. For my night cream, I have the Korres Wild Rose Advanced Brightening Sleeping Facial. I have been using this one as well. So I have a good amount of product finished off, but there's still a lot left, so I would like to finish up that. Then I have an eye cream. It's the Belief Moisturizing and Firming Eye Cream. I did use up one of these last year. It takes me about a year to use up one of these, so I just started using this one, but hopefully I can finish this off by the end of the year. And then finally I have a few items from Fresh. So I have the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. This one I got for Christmas, and it shouldn't be hard to finish off, but I would like to actually use it and not just have it lie around. So do want to use up that one. And then I have the Fresh Sugar Face Polish. It's just like a sugar scrub for your face. I've used it a few times, but I would like to use this up in 2018. And then my final item is the Fresh Sugar Lip Polish. And this one I've had a bit longer, but this one I just tend to neglect, so I would like to use this one up this year. And this one's just a deluxe size, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah, that's everything. So in total I have 50 items. Similar to last year, I will do quarterly updates where I'll share the products that I used up for each quarter of the year. Of course, this stuff, as I use it up, it will appear in my empties. And then with the makeup items, I will be doing, I plan to do 2 project pans this year. That's what I did last year as well. So I have one for like the first half of the year and then one for the second half of the year. So the makeup you'll probably be seeing a lot more of if you follow my project pans. With the skincare, I have done in the past like non-makeup project pans, but I just feel those aren't as popular. I definitely enjoy panning makeup, and with skincare it's just maybe not as interesting. And for some of the stuff, like for the serum, I can't really be like, oh, here's my progress. Like, I can't tell the progress on this. So the skincare most likely will just be showing up in empties and my updates for this video. So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.